This episode is brought to you by Snapple. Want to know another Snapple fact? The first hot air balloon passengers were a sheep, a duck, and a rooster. Ridiculous. Check out Snapple.com to find ridiculously flavored Snapple near you.
Très bien. It's time for the Olympics, and this year's host city is Paris, France. So, to make sure you're thoroughly prepared, I have not one, not two, but 5 bonus episodes about the games. Today's episode is Paris trivia. Get your brains ready and sound cool to your friends and coworkers with 10 questions about the City of Lights. I'm your host, Brian Rollins. This is the Dorky, Geeky, Nerdy Trivia Podcast, and let's get started. Number 1. What Parisian landmark began construction in 1163, was finished in 1345, and is scheduled to reopen to the public in December of 2024? Notre-Dame de Paris. Number 2. What river divides the city of Paris into the left bank and right bank? The Seine. Number 3. Nicknamed the Iron Lady, what structure bears the name of the engineer that designed the Statue of Liberty? The Eiffel Tower. Number 4. What monument was commissioned in 1806 by Napoleon after the victory at Austerlitz? The Arc de Triomphe. Number 5. What museum houses artwork like the Mona Lisa and Venus de Milo? The Louvre. It was originally a fortress built in the 13th century. It opened as a museum in 1793. Number 6. Named for a former president of France and completed in the 1970s, what museum was designed as an inside-out building? The Centre Pompidou. Number 7. What avenue runs through Paris starting at the Place de la Concorde and ending at the Place Charles de Gaulle? The Champs-Élysées. Number 8. The July column currently stands in Paris on the site of what infamous prison? The Bastille. Number 9. Built in 1607, what is the oldest bridge in Paris? Pont Neuf. Ironically, its name means new bridge. Number 10. How many times has Paris hosted the Olympics? Three times, 1900, 1924, and 2024. It will be the second city to host the Games 3 times after London. And that's it for Paris trivia. How'd you do? It's been a long time since I visited the city. It's beautiful and full of history. Let me know on social media what your favorite Parisian site is. I'll be back tomorrow with more trivia. This has been the Dorky, Geeky, Nerdy Trivia Podcast. You can learn more about the podcast at dorkygeekynerdy.com. You can help support the show and get ad-free episodes at patreon.com/dorkygeekynerdy. This show is written, produced, and hosted by me, Brian Rollins. If you're into audiobooks or want to turn your book into an audiobook, contact me at thevoicesinmyhead.com. This show was released under Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 4.0 International License. Thanks for listening. Long before the Summer of Love, pride parades down Market Street, and the fight for marriage equality, San Francisco in 1953 was all about the Red Scare, FBI investigations, yellow journalism run amok, and the ladies who play mahjong over tea. In The Unexpected Heiress, private detective Nick Williams is called in to see his lawyer and friend Jeffrey Klein, whose mystery client, under contract to Metro, was just arrested at the Kit Kat Club on Polk Street, but somehow got off with a bench warrant. Jeffrey wants to know who in the police department worked things behind the scenes for the star of the upcoming blockbuster, It Was Raining Then. Meanwhile, a late-night phone call from his estranged father sends Nick into a tailspin, and a family secret, along with a lot of other things better kept hush-hush, are all splashed on the front pages of the Daily News. It ain't pretty. In the end, for Nick and his lover, a strapping firefighter named Carter Jones, it's actually the beginning of a whole new way of doing business. The Unexpected Heiress by Frank W. Butterfield is book 1 in the Nick and Carter series and is available now on Audible and iTunes.